Hey guys, it's Brian from 2Fab here. Today we're with Heather Langenkamp from the Nightmare on Elm Street series, celebrating the 30th anniversary of, for me personally, my favorite in the series, Dream Warriors, the third one. Can you imagine or believe, I guess, that it's been that long?
I don't know, it's just that amount of time is hard to even think about. You know, people who are 30 years old are rather old. But I have to say that each anniversary that comes up, I kind of get a fair warning from, you know, people around me will start telling me, and then it'll start me thinking a lot about how, you know, what time has passed, and then I start thinking about everything that happened around the time when I got that film, and it becomes very personal to me, like thinking back to that moment when, you know, Wes Craven called me and said that he had written a script and my character recurs and that character is going to come back, which, you know, it was before the days of sequels, and it wasn't usual to think that your character might actually continue. I was extremely kind of taken aback first and then really flattered.
Now going into this film, it is the third one in a franchise. The second one kind of hit or miss with people. What were your thoughts going into it? Like, were you expecting it to be as kind of a cult favorite or beloved as it is now?
Well, not at all. I did not think that the formula was going to definitely work.
Yeah.
But when they started bringing in the kids, I mean, I was a few years older than most of the actors that were in the show, and especially, you know, Patricia Arquette and Rodney Eastman. We started forming this bond with these kids. We became kind of a tight little family, and we were very protective of each other, and everyone was falling in love and falling out of love too. There, you know, there's that.
Now you mentioned Patricia.
Yeah.
This was one of her first big roles. What was it like kind of seeing her come onto the set, and for you, you know, being that mentory figure almost?
Well, you know, she came from a very powerful Hollywood family in a way, you know, so I mean, her reputation as part of this very old Hollywood family, it intimidated me because I was a newcomer to Hollywood. I was just a girl who kind of got herself to Hollywood and got roles here. Yeah. But she was actually coming up through a system with her father, and then, you know, her sister being Rosanna Arquette. So I was probably more scared of meeting her than she was of me, for sure.
Just something you don't even really think
because
about.
I knew she was going to be an amazing actor, and she brought to Kristen such a sense of just vulnerability, but yet super strength. So it's hard to achieve that as an actor, and, you know, my whole career with Nightmare on Elm Street, I was trying to do that, but I felt with her, I was watching it kind of happen. And I had a few
hard
scenes.
On yourself.
I know, I had a few scenes with her where at the end of it, I just, you know, went, that's it. That's the Nancy-ness, if you will, you know, that Wes Craven was always trying to bring to these female heroes.
Now the film comes out. What's the first reaction like? You know, do you start seeing it build up over time, the love for the film, or what was it like for you?
Well, I know that it was, you know, really successful, and I remember going to, you know, Hollywood parties, and people would be talking about it, and then they'd be talking about Nightmare 4 coming up right away, and I thought, wow, this is, you know, we're on a juggernaut here. But I realized that the Nightmare on Elm Street series was changing into something huge when Halloween arrives and I have a little Freddy Krueger at my door. And I thought, oh my gosh, Freddy Krueger is now like an icon of horror. He's a Halloween costume. You know, horror still wasn't at the level of acceptance that it is now. Yeah. So we still were kind of like considered a B movie in a lot of ways, and we didn't have the attention from, you know, the media, and the social media didn't exist yet. So in terms of it doing that much for all of our careers, I feel like, you know, with actors like Jennifer Rubin and, you know, Ken Sagos and Ira Hayden, I think if that movie had been made today, you know, those names would have like rocketed to the top of, you know, the celebrity, you know, atmosphere. And because we didn't have the benefit of TMZs back then, a lot of us still, like, it was hard to get work after those movies.
Yeah. And I mean, for you, your character, obviously, 30-year spoiler alert, dies at the end.
Yeah.
But would you have wanted to continue on in the franchise looking back now, or were you happy kind of with the direction that you went?
When I saw that Nancy died, I felt that Wes Craven had really taken the whole story to the next really great level.
Yeah.
I think one of the problems with Hollywood is that they're afraid to kill off their heroes. And so as a result, you kind of are left in this limbo where your hero never fully achieves their full potential as a hero. And Nancy does in that movie.
All right, well, congratulations on this anniversary.
Well,
I
thank
love
you.
this film. I love
Thank
the
you.
franchise, so it's great to meet you.
Great to meet you, Brian.
Thank you for coming in
All
here
right,
today.
you're welcome.
All right.